I believe that having come from a low-income family and having been a first-generation student myself means that I can play a translational role. I can both speak for first-generation students, but also speak the language of academe and maybe also speak the language of Washington. You know, we're all after the same things. You know, we're all trying to make the world better. I don't do my research so that I can see it in a journal. I do my research so it can affect the world. And moving it from the journal into the newspaper and into the halls of Congress is the way we can actually affect the world. This is a great university, and I want low-income kids in the state to know that it's open to them if they work hard enough. Making a difference right here at my home institution has been extremely gratifying. You know, the testifying before Congress is pretty cool, but hearing from the individual students whose lives are changed by a scholarship is probably the most moving to me.
I remember the first time I met Sue Dynarski, 19 years old. She was super, super bright. She had capacity.
I didn't know how fortunate I was to go to college and to get my degree and then get more degrees, so I didn't know how unusual I was. I didn't feel unusual at the time. I was just taking the path that was open to me and grabbing each opportunity that arrived.
She came knowing who she was. She was a working class Somerville kid, which made her extremely unusual.
And a big thing that said Dynarski. I still have the letters at home. This is the front porch of the house I lived in my entire childhood. This was a working class neighborhood. I didn't have much in the way of career aspirations, I have to say. Didn't really think much of the world beyond Somerville. You know, you kind of stuck here and world was here. I continued to just sort of ignore the whole idea of college. I think I knew I was going to go at some point, but didn't start thinking about anything particularly ambitious. Then senior year, I took the SAT. Scores came in. I think I called my sister to help me interpret the scores. And I think she's like, those are really good. Apparently I test well. All the teachers knew my scores when I got to school and they were all flipped out. The guidance counselor said, you know, apply wherever you want to. And so I'd heard of Harvard. It's a mile away from where I'm sitting, so I applied there. I'd heard of Brown and I applied there. I didn't know the names of any of the other Ivies, so didn't apply to any of the other ones. I certainly didn't have any guidance from anybody who'd been to any of these places. And I went through the application process by myself. My mom was super supportive, brought me snacks all the time, but you know, it was me filling in everything and typing all the applications. And when I, got the various acceptances, the main thing I was looking at was the financial aid letter to see what the cost was going to be. It turned out that with the financial aid they were offering, Harvard cost me less than UMass Boston, cost me less than Boston University, so I decided to go to Harvard. I did think that a great gift was being given to me, that society was investing an enormous amount of resources in me. The cost of educating somebody at a place like Harvard, University of Michigan, is enormous, and we're sinking a lot of resources into those students, and to me that made me feel like I would need to give back to society in some way. I'd like to make the path clearer and smoother for future kids so that they don't need as much luck as I did. I know they're smart, bright kids, and we need to have an education system that helps them, that gets them through school and makes the most of each person.